It has been a difficult week following two air disasters. As we said, recovery crews are at the scene after a Black Hawk helicopter crashed into a passenger jet in Washington, D.C. Now, one of those victims is from Connecticut. And Fox 5's Richard Jacobus has more on how a dog rescue center is trying to move forward following that devastating loss.
3-year-old pit bull mix Bryce was waiting at the Lucky Dog Refuge on Thursday for her daily walk. But the volunteer who was supposed to leash her up never showed.
We had already put our list of volunteers on the board for that day, and Chris was in that 5 o'clock slot.
That volunteer was Christopher Collins, a 42-year-old from Stamford, Connecticut, who spent most of his time off from work volunteering here at this refuge, a safe haven for dogs in need. Chris was one of the passengers on board American Airlines Flight 5342 on Wednesday night. The regional jet colliding with an Army Black Hawk chopper in midair. There were no survivors. The staff and volunteers here at the refuge are still in disbelief over the loss of their friend Chris.
I couldn't stop crying all night. He made this world better, and not having him, it feels wrong.
A man loved by both his volunteer friends and those helpless rescues who each formed a bond with Chris from the first day he started volunteering here.
He's the type of person who he loved animals. Animals were a passion of his. It was a purpose.
Chris Collins not only was a volunteer here at Lucky Dog at least 3 times a week, he was also the volunteer who logged the most hours, 150 hours in just over a year. Chris didn't want any money for it or anything in return. He just wanted to give back. That's what made him happy. And the volunteers and staff here at Lucky Dog say that's what his legacy will be.
If anybody could do even a little bit of what Chris was able to do, I think that would honor.
He was just an amazing guy, and the dogs loved him and loved spending time with him, and we're going to miss him and his time here.
The Lucky Dog Refuge staff is planning a memorial walk in Chris's honor later this month. But for now, they hold on to memories, remembering that great big heart and a giant smile.
That smile brought us so much joy and brightness to the day. Just his smile made you feel better already.
In Stamford, Connecticut, Richard Jacobus, Fox 5 News.